Internal Family Systems, IFS, using ConsciousnessMap. Working together, a perfect combination. Hello, this is Dr. David Illig of ConsciousnessMap. Internal Family Systems was developed by Dr. Richard Schwartz and others over the last 30 years. IFS is the fastest growing approach to therapy and personal growth. It is evidence-based. There is growing research support. Internal Family Systems, IFS, has been very successful in helping many different types of survivors of trauma. This covers everything from childhood abuse to combat PTSD from Afghanistan, and everything in between. And whether we want to admit it or not, we all have many traumas in our life, from birth to death. IFS is also extremely helpful for typical humans, both for personal growth and for personal healing. Before I go any further in this video, I want to tell you about something interesting. There is a powerful reason why I will talk slower and differently during this program than most people do. I have spent much of my career in psychology communicating with people's unconscious, subconscious brains. Because this video is focused so much on subconscious, unconscious process, I shouldn't be talking only to your logical, conscious brain. I will be talking with both. The pattern of my voice will more deeply access your subconscious as well as your conscious brain. So allow yourself to react to this video, pictures, sounds, and words. Allow these ideas and concepts to go safely, deeply to many aspects of your mind, brain. So let's proceed. ConsciousnessMap is a software program for your computer, tablet, or even phone. It can be hugely valuable when used with Internal Family Systems, IFS. ConsciousnessMap, as described in previous videos, is a 2D or 3D graphic organizer that allows us to map out our internal universe or universes, our internal world or worlds. It provides almost unlimited space and unlimited options for creating environments and settings to locate or place aspects of our being. It provides unlimited ways to represent, symbolize any and all aspects of ourself. For IFS students, self, little self, is different than IFS, big self. But we can't go an inch or a second longer without acknowledging that there is likely to be huge resistance to ConsciousnessMap. Initially, there is likely to be all sorts of dislike, disinterest, disbelief, anger, resentment, disgust, disrespect towards ConsciousnessMap. There is likely to be fear, terror, anxiety, depression, sadness, embarrassment, guilt, and shame triggered by ConsciousNessMap. By the very concept and idea of something such as ConsciousNessMap. Initially, and of course, many or all of these initial reactions to ConsciousnessMap will occur outside of consciousness. The reactions are unconscious or subconscious. This is just like the components of IFS. I will clearly show you in IFS terminology how and why this occurs. I think you'll be very convinced. As those of you know who use IFS, we humans have a variety of internal parts. These parts are at various levels of consciousness or unconsciousness. All humans have both parts and levels. So you'll want to take a look at video 2 on consciousness. In the IFS model, one group of parts are called exiles. Exiles are parts that have become wounded, harmed, traumatized, terrified, overwhelmed, trapped, and so on. Every human has them. You and I have exiles. Everybody does. Sorry. They have significant, overwhelming emotions, pain, wounds, reactions, memories, beliefs, wants, desires, and so on. We all have exiles within us. Some are often very young, others are older. All have connections to intense, extreme things of some type. Another major category of subconscious parts in the IFS model is called protectors. And protectors have a variety of jobs. As you would expect, the main thing they do is protect. They protect a number of important things. They protect you, the person. They also protect the exiles. They also protect themselves. Everything the protectors do is intended to protect or help us in some way, no matter what they are doing. The most extreme behaviors or emotions, beliefs, reactions, addictions, habits, flaws are all at the deepest levels attempts to protect us or help us in some way. Self. The self. The third pillar of the three IFS foundations is called the self. This is self in capital letters, not our usual little s self. Self. Every human has a self. Yes, everyone, including you and me, and even them. Self is not a part. It is different than a part. Some think of self as an awareness, energy, being, an essence, non-religious spirit. All humans are a combination of self and parts and levels. Qualities of self are curiosity, calm, courage, clarity, creativity, compassion, confidence, connectedness, presence, open-heartedness, love, awareness, empathy, appreciation, understanding, patience, healing. Self. Self. It is useful to think and feel of self as being the you that is not your parts. No matter what they are, no matter how many there are, self is not better, just different than parts. Self. The you that is not your parts. Imagine a large number of parts. Some are certain ages, some are various thoughts, feelings, beliefs, sensations, images, words, sounds, felt senses, inner voices, physical symptoms, pains, pleasures, movements, understandings, memories, and so on. Some large, some small, some near the surface, and others buried deeply. Parts contain all of everything that is us, other than ourself. Parts contain our fears, worries, doubts, wounds, hurts, joys, pleasures, wants, hopes, memories, experiences, angers, hates, loves, lusts, beliefs, understandings. These include baby parts, child parts, teenage parts, young adult parts, middle age and old age parts, male parts, female parts, pleasant parts, scary parts, terrifying parts, forbidden parts, beautiful parts, ugly parts. The list goes on and on. One category of protectors is called firemen, firewomen, fire people. They respond in more emergency, explosion, crises, loss of control, overwhelming types of situations. Not situations around us, but situations inside us, involving parts. They will use any and all tools to put out fires, tools such as hiding, burying, denying, addictions, violence, illness, rage, hate, fear, failure, sabotage, suicide, depression, collapse, panic, failure. They will do anything to protect from their perspective. Especially protecting exiles and protecting themselves. IFS finds there is another type of protector called managers. They are also likely to be initially against ConsciousnessMap. They are afraid of it, initially. Given what they see their jobs as, why would they initially be against ConsciousnessMap? Isn't it true that one of the most common jobs, goals, objectives, duties of protectors, whether fire people or managers, is to keep things hidden. Keep exiles hidden. Keep what happened hidden. Keep wounds and pain hidden. Don't tell. Keep anger hidden. Keep emotions hidden. Keep fears hidden. Keep certain desires and wants hidden. Even keep protectors hidden. Keep many, many things hidden. This even includes keeping hidden that there is any of this internal stuff there. Keep hidden that there are parts and levels. Keep hidden that there is a self. On the other hand, maps kind of bring things into the light, into the sunshine, don't they? Oh no. Both the threat and the huge benefit of Consciousness Map is that it provides a place and a location, a home for everything. It gives us a place to put everything and anything. So, at least initially, Consciousness Map would seem to be a threat to keeping things hidden. Initially, Consciousness Map would seem to expose things. At least initially, Consciousness Map would seem to be perceived and felt to be dangerous. Putting all sorts of hidden things on a visible map will initially be seen as risky, dangerous, and probably bad. Certainly not helpful and healing as it can actually become later. But if we can make a map safe, it can become a very valuable tool, even life-saving. If we can make Consciousness Map safe, it can become a huge tool of healing. At the least, protectors will have to be taught and/or convinced that it is safe to use Consciousness Map. Protectors would have to come to believe it is safe to have things represented in Consciousness Map. This would include representing protectors. It would also include some representing of some exiles when they are ready. Exiles will eventually have to learn that Consciousness Map is safe to use. Parts can learn this as Consciousness Map is used. They don't have to agree at the beginning or all at once. They can join once it feels safe and helpful to them. They join when they are ready. Like most things in IFS, it will be a matter of negotiation and agreements with parts and trust. Could it be that our highest self knows about every protector and every exile? So it is likely that our highest self already knows all the things that could be put on ConsciousnessMap. Highest self may actually have a version of ConsciousnessMap inside itself. But self is aware that protector parts, exile parts, and any other parts will have to be ready and willing to participate. It is likely that self will have to help various parts participate in ConsciousnessMap when they are ready. It will be a team effort. It is likely that self will be a large fan of ConsciousnessMap as cooperation and safety are achieved with parts using CMAP. ConsciousnessMap can become a helpful tool for everyone. This can even include making sure some exiles or other parts have a perfect place to hide within ConsciousnessMap. ConsciousnessMap can provide places where things that are supposed to be secret or hidden or unknown can be put, can be located. Like inside this castle. Here is a place far over here where you can put things that you are forbidden to know about. Here is a place where that part you think you are not supposed to have can live and be. Here is a place I can put those feelings I'm not supposed to have or even know about. Self, protectors, exiles, other parts can all come to benefit from using ConsciousnessMap. Self, protectors, and exiles can utilize ConsciousnessMap in the healing and recovery phases of the IFS process. Protectors and exiles can also use ConsciousnessMap to establish their new jobs, their new careers, new hobbies, their new roles after the healing. They may even move to new locations, new neighborhoods, new environments in CMAP, in ConsciousnessMap. Or they may simply upgrade their neighborhood, their town, their village, their planet, whatever their neighborhood is going to be. This could be a consciousness map environment of dad issues, father issues, anger at my dad's abuse, love of my dad, dad's hardworking, dad's anger, dad's treatment of mom, rage at my dad, dad's fear of his father, dad's fear of people, dad's anger at the world, fear of my father, fun adventures we had together, love I didn't get, exiles from dad, protectors of my exiles from dad, dad's love of music, mom's love of dad, my wounds and scars from dad, dad's pain and suffering, love from dad, great teachings from dad, talents from dad, my never being enough, my dad's healthy teachings, my dad's anger at me, my dad's eventual acceptance of me, forgiveness and compassion towards my father. And though this is hypothetical, this dad area would go on and on beyond this. So here is the basic IFS healing process occurring in one visual scene. It does feel strange to see it visually represented, doesn't it? In the next scene, I'll list the various things that are occurring. So all of the components of the IFS approach to wounds and healing are represented in ConsciousnessMap visually. This is in addition to what is occurring inside yourself and inside your body. Unblending occurs visually also. The wounded exile is represented and given a place. The protectors are represented and given places. The self is visually represented and given places. The trust building and communication, negotiation between self and protectors is given a representation and place. Everything has a place. The story is represented, given a place, witnessed. The burdens are identified, represented, released, and carried away to a safe place of disposal. The exiles are given what is needed, then and now. This process is represented and given a place or places. Whatever healing that is needed is given a place, and represented. Protectors work out new activities for themselves, as do exiles. All are given places and represented with new roles and new impacts, sometimes new places. So imagine, feel, see, sense, smell, taste. If you create a village or island, castle or mountain, lake, whatever, where a group of rescued and healed ex-exiles build a new home, a new community. Their burdens have been removed. They're teamed with an essence of self. They're living with you in the present, living the existence they are meant to do. Pretty nice thing to imagine. Nice to see and feel. Yes, initially we might be afraid of Consciousness Map. We might be reluctant at first. But Consciousness Map will grow into one of the most valuable and healing tools you add to IFS. This can be true for yourself and/or the people you help. This will be true for your parts that decide to participate. CMAP will be safe for the parts that decide to not participate. As IFS says, discuss with the parts. Discuss with self. Consciousness Map will be very valuable for any therapy approaches or models of humanness that include parts and levels. It will be valuable for any internal deep work inside us humans. It is a healing tool inspired by self. So, thank you for listening, watching, and feeling about Consciousness Map. From myself and a bunch of my parts, this is Dr. David Illig of Consciousness Map. Be well, all of you, to many of your parts and yourself. Visit us at www.consciousnessmap.com as we get launched and kickstarted. We appreciate your support.